Jordin, I'm the social worker
Hi,
assigned
nice
to
to
your
meet
case.
you. My name is Daisy.
Okay, Daisy, just as a preface, I'm going to be taking notes during this. Is that okay with you? Awesome. Okay, so can you tell me why you're here today?
So basically, my husband is making false accusations that my boyfriend is molesting my child. So I'm here to fight him on those and to prove that I am a fit mother and that that's not happening.
Okay, and this is your ex-husband?
Yes, my ex-husband.
Okay, so y'all have recently got a divorce.
Yeah, about 5 months ago.
Okay, so these are some pretty serious accusations, and just because there is a child involved, we will need to do an investigation.
Yep.
Okay. So can you go into depth a little bit more for me, please?
So the divorce has been a long time coming, and it's been a lot of fighting that led up to it. He's very spiteful because I basically left him for somebody else, and that didn't sit very well with him, I guess. And I know my boyfriend really well, and a lot of people know him, and he's very for him to make those accusations about somebody, because I know he's angry with me. He would call me and harass me after we divorced because he wanted me to take him back, and he wanted me to be like, no, let's give us another shot, even though he was abusive. And I didn't want that for myself. And fortunately enough, I met Nathan, and I have known him for a really long time, and him and my daughter have a really good relationship. Like, he considers her to be his daughter, not, even though they're not biologically related.
Okay, well that's pretty intense, I'll say. And how old is your daughter?
She's 10.
10? Okay. So along with this investigation, we're gonna have her go and talk to another investigator.
Yeah.
Because we just need to hear her side of the story and everything that she says. And these are very serious accusations, so there will be home visits. And do you think you're prepared for that?
Yes.
Yes? Now, were there any other accusations leading up to this one during the proceedings of the divorce? Like maybe that were not as serious, but what else can you tell me?
Basically, my husband, he claimed that I was cheating on him, and he claimed that I physically, I'm always having sex with another guy. And the guy who I obviously is my boyfriend now, I didn't have sex. I didn't cheat on him physically, but emotionally, I would say that I probably cheated on him because he was there for me. Nathan was there for me when Ben couldn't be. So I think that's in essence, that was a lot of things. That was what we were fighting about. He got very angry with me because he's like, you don't come to me anymore for this stuff. You're always gone. And in part, it's also because I was working a lot. So he put a lot of, and he was unemployed. He didn't have a job. I was working 2 jobs to support our whole family, and he couldn't get a job. And so it's just it was a lot of frustration and a lot of miscommunication.
It sounded like he's putting a lot of the blame on you in this situation.
Yeah.
Now, as far as this is going to go for your daughter, I want you to know that this is going to be a very intense and possibly it could scar her process, because she is going to have to go under a lot of tests, and they're going to be doing examinations on her because we just need to see if this is okay. So I want you to know that when this is done, your daughter is going to need someone to talk to.
I was gonna say, me and my boyfriend were discussing this last night before I came in here, and we discussed how the whole reason that, the fact that he even would bring it this far is completely just not only over the top, but the fact that he's trying to bring our daughter into it because he's mad at me. It's not, I am willing to take my daughter away from him. I want full custody of my daughter, because for him to make for her to be around somebody like that, me and my boyfriend, agreed that we would pay for therapy if our daughter so needs that, and we want to be there for her and her emotional needs as she goes through this, because unfortunately, now that he made this accusation, I have to deal with him putting her through that emotional trauma, and we will do everything in our power to make sure she gets the help that she needs.
And I understand that your daughter has been taken away from both of y'all and put into the custody of another family member. Have you spoken with her since, or?
I have. She was placed with my friend. She is taking care of her right now, and I talked to my friend to make sure that I see how she was doing. Talked to my daughter a little bit, but this is all very new and recent. This is all very this all happened within the past week.
I understand that can be very confusing and stressful.
Yeah.
Okay. So before we end this session, I want to know if there's anything that you want to confess to me now, or if you're ready to continue.
I'm ready to continue. I know it's going to be a really difficult journey, and I'm prepared to fight for what I know is true and for the safety of my daughter.
Awesome. Alright. So we're going to end it here. And if you need anything, you have my number, you have my contact information, and if there's any new developments in this, I need you to let me know ASAP.
Will do.
Alright, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your time.